Hi, it's Audrey June, and I am going to help us today look at this full moon that's coming and what it is that we need to release. So I'm going to do the full moon illuminating spread with my Goddess Power Oracle deck. As you know, it is a time for healing, for integration. We're still in this Cancer energy, very much in a space of going within and healing the aspects of ourselves, the shadows, and integrating that. So the first question is, what is the theme that needs to be illuminated? So, what is the theme that needs to be illuminated? So, Spider Woman, co-creation. So when I look at this card, I see a very, very strong woman. You see the sacral, the red, the root. Has to do with foundations. It has to do with inner child. It has to do with understanding your own power. 4 plus 9, 13, 1 plus 3 is foundations. Building those foundations, going back into your foundations and rectifying the stories that you've told yourself. So think about the card, look at her. How does she make you feel? What aspect of yourself do you see in her? So the question again is, what is the theme that needs to be illuminated, right? Co-creation. Understanding how our thoughts manifest our reality. So I'm going to read from the deck. And she came up right. So, from the rich red earth, the Navajo goddess Spider Woman rises up to help you weave your dreams into the fabric of reality. She is here to remind you that your vision of the form of your desire is not as important as its essence. So to me, it's saying to go beyond your own understanding of what's best for you. Go into the actual unified concept of it. So instead of thinking, oh, I want this job, think about what is the job that you want, right? What are the aspects? What is the job going to make you feel? What are you going to be able to do through that job, right? So it's going from the particular to the universal, the archetype, right? What is the underlying energy? She's here to remind you that your vision of the form of your desire is not as important as its essence. Knowing why you want to create something, what motivates you, what inspires you, and what beauty you're dreaming to bring to life is key at this time. The collective dream is being manifested by the co-creative relationship between your imagination and the universe. So call to the best within you and weave your world into being with intentionality and humility. Humility, right? That comes back into spiritual accountability. It goes back into the core, the essence of who you are and what you've done, getting beyond the distortions, the unreality, beyond that moon energy of the reflective aspect, right? So remember that you can't control the form, accept life on life's terms. When the goddess Spider Woman appears, she heralds the creation of a most beautiful dream that springs to life as if by magic. Stay with it. We need your dream to be added to the web of all creation. So right now, we are in a moment, we are at the crossroads. There are two possible timelines that we can walk into. So as an individual within the collective, somebody who has been awakened, it is your job to raise your vibration and to keep with your positive thoughts and to really feel into what you want the world to look like. How do we get beyond this moment? How do we move forward and create the world that we want to live in? Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. So the second card, what do I need to release? What do I need to release in order to move forward, right? So collectively, what is it that we're releasing? What is it that we're releasing? Spirit, talk to me. What is it that we're releasing? Okay, that's a lot of cards. Yeah, it's too many cards. Freya. Radical acceptance of self. So 1 + 5 is 6. 6 is acceptance. 6 is partnership. 6 is real collaboration, soul family. Freya. When I see Freya, I think of the warrior. I think of the divine feminine aspect of the warrior. Within Celtic culture, it was believed that the men reincarnated as women and the women reincarnated as men, which is why the teachers that were most important to the men were women, and the teachers that were most important to the women were the men. It has to do with integration. It has to do with understanding that balance within self. And we see the two snakes here, right? Snakes are the symbol of transformation. In order to actually feel radical acceptance, you need to be able to transform your mind.